Alright, so Tyler, let's get a recap on kind of what the progress is going to be looking like for how we're going to be progressing.
So we're doing bench, squat, overhead press, and rows, and each week we're going to increase the weight on those and see the progress from there.
Sweet. Yeah, so once we kind of tap out as much weight as we can be putting on, that's when we'll kind of like reassess and see some different techniques that we can add in to kind of bump up the work load by adding in different techniques. So when we get there, we'll be sure to post it to you guys, but let's get the stats down right now. So now that we got the stats, we're going to go ahead and hop into the workout. So the only thing is, with the numbers you're going to be seeing on here, is that the body fat percentage, this is on a 4-point or 8-point scale. So this is just measuring the upper half of the body. So the body fat percent that just has to do with the upper part of the body. To get a better like overall indication, you'd be needing to get the lower half too. It's just that we don't see that in the mirror, so we don't worry about that. Alright, let's hop into it.
I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation.
So first set for 8. That was 8, right? 6? Alright. So the next 2 sets are coming in at 8. So that was a good one. This is a good weight for right now. So right now it's at 135 plus 20 is 165?
What?
135, 145. 155, yeah, my bad. I can already see the gains coming, bro. Give it a peek. Flick it. Alright, so we got the row up next. We finished off the bench, moving over to 135 to keep the sets the same. It was starting to get a little difficult with the 155, so we just moved down a little bit. So next week we're gonna try it in a small increment of 5 and then test that out. So right now we have 95 on the bar, and we're gonna be doing sets of 10 for this. So what was the one little tip that we had to say that you used to straighten out your back when you were doing the row?
Move your pelvis.
So give us a demonstration. Do the WAP. Do the WAP. So this is so bend the back a little bit. So when you're starting to get a little bbit tired and you feel like your back isn't really that straight, what's the little tip to use?
Stick your butt out.
Sticking your butt out.
It's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation.
So this one, we're just going to be using the bar for right now, just because adding more weight might interrupt the good form. So let's break it down one by one, or one for one, how good form would look like. So right now we're seeing that when he first loaded the weight, he got the delts loaded up first before he picked it up. And then when he's coming up with the bar, he's coming from a 45 angle. So when he comes down, he's not directly to the side of him. And when he comes out, that elbow is starting to flare to the 90 degree. The back, he's keeping his abs tensed up so that his mid back isn't rounding outwards. And then keeping his pelvis aligned straight. So the same tip with that row that we had. If you notice that it's starting to switch up on you a little bit, then just go ahead and make a conscious effort to rotate that hip or tense up your glutes, whichever one you prefer when you're doing your exercise. Nice, nice. Perfect. So the issue that we were trying to correct was that when he was coming a little bit lower, there wasn't just quite enough flexibility for him to keep that the glutes upright so that his pelvis was straight. So right now we're just going to the amount of depth right before he starts to curl it down. So you can see, let's give an example. So go ahead and give me one curl. So right at that point, no, that was actually a good one.
Oh.
So right at that point, yeah, you can kind of see the difference when it moves in and out. So if this was the glute, it's kind of moving like this and this. So if you're starting to notice that on yourself by either recording or using the mirror, just take it to that point right before you go down there and then just work on your flexibility and you can kind of fix that. Otherwise, the form was looking good. So taking us through top to bottom, how do we do the squat?
You want your hands closer together so it rests more. Forgot what that, right here.
Mm-hmm.
And
As for the foot stance and then the back position.
you want your feet shoulder width apart.
Yep.
And then you want to go down, keep your back straight, and then stick your pelvis, move your pelvis back or to keep it straight as you go down, and then come up.
Perfecto.